Hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Wine, Hops, and Road Stops on WYLN TV 35, shot on location, deep in the bowels of the Latimer compound with my lovely wife and co-host, Desiree Bonomo. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Jeff. How are you?
Great, I'm doing great. You know what? This is mine from before. This is, we're getting started early. This is orange soda and 100 proof vodka, just in case I need a little pick-me-up. So, thanks for joining us on our show. And if you like what you see, of course, the easiest way to get in touch with us is Facebook. Facebook.com/wine, hops, and road stops. And we also have something new for the Facebook people. What is that?
A Facebook group.
Yes, you can come to our Facebook group and you can talk all about great beer, great wine, good food, post talk. We have a lot of members right now and there's a lot of good discussions going on. We started right around the last episode, somewhere around there. So it's only been up for maybe like 3 weeks or so. Yeah, 3-4 weeks, maybe a month, maybe. Yeah, so it's good. It's going great. I'm glad you guys are all a part of it. Now, let's get into the show. We have some really cool things to talk about on the show this week. We got a big surprise for us.
I do have a surprise.
Can you give us just a little hint? Because I know we're doing it next segment.
It's something that we like to do outdoors at night when it's cool.
Okay, and that's all we're going to give you. So you guys stay tuned to the next segment at least to see what she got in store. But first, we got some beer news. Goose Island announces its 2020 Bourbon County Stout lineup. It'll go on sale this Black Friday. These are very sought-after beers, especially for people that love barrel-aged stouts. So, here's the list. Bourbon County Stout, aged for 1 year, in a blend of Heaven Hill, Wild Turkey, and Buffalo Trace barrels. And that's the original one. Next up, we have Bourbon County Kentucky Fog Stout. Now, this is the first time ever Goose Island is using a tea in a Bourbon County Stout. It's a blend of Earl Grey and black tea.
Does Christian Grey drink that?
Yes. Christian Grey from Shades of Grey with his gray suit drinks Earl Grey tea.
It's a gray tie, not a gray suit.
He doesn't have a gray suit?
No, it's a gray tie.
Okay, I don't remember.
It's very important to the story, right, ladies?
Okay, I don't remember the books. I remember Gilbert Gottfried read part of it to me. That was good. Other than that, Earl Grey reminds me of Captain Picard from the Starship Enterprise. Okay, William Letcher, there you go. There's your Star Trek reference.
Something for everybody.
Yep, something
Moving
for
on.
Billy. Something for Billy. Okay, next one is Bourbon County Special Number 4 Stout. This contains cold coffee and single origin coffee beans. Now, you're going to like that.
Ooh, coffee.
Gotta love coffee stout no matter what. Next up, we have Bourbon County Caramella Ale. Now, that's aged in larceny wheated bourbon barrels with apple, cinnamon, and caramel flavoring. Tastes like fall, I bet. Proprietor's Bourbon County Stout, blended with pistachios, candied cherries, and natural vanilla flavors. Then we have the Birthday Bourbon County Stout. That variant is made with berry, maple, chocolate, and vanilla. And finally, the Anniversary Bourbon County Stout. You can expect notes of dried fruit, bourbon, chocolate, and vanilla in that one. And that one will probably be the strongest of them all. Okay, so go out and get your Bourbon County Stout on Black Friday, which is not too far away. The Kentucky Fog Stout. I think I may want to try that with the Earl Grey tea, you know. Yeah. For Picard and Christian Grey.
I'll buy you a gray tie to go with it.
Ooh. Before we go to break, we have a quick stop at a great pizza place. Two Italian Guys Pizza on Diamond Avenue in Hazleton, and we want to thank them for being a sponsor of Takeout Tuesday. So here is our quick stop at Two Italian Guys. If you grew up in the Hazleton area like I did, you were accustomed to great restaurants serving amazing pizza practically on every corner. One of those places that has stood the test of time is Two Italian Guys Pizzeria on Diamond Avenue in Hazleton. They serve up great pizza, stromboli, sausage rolls, and one of my personal favorites, their amazing baked Italian hoagies. So I had a chance to talk to one of the owners, Elvis DeBlasi, about the history of this landmark pizzeria in Hazleton and how Two Italian Guys has gone almost unchanged in the last 40 plus years.
My parents and their partner opened up across the street in the Washco building. It was Frankie DeBlasi and Natalie Tabasco when they first opened up the place. and we started the business in 1978.
Now, one of the things that sets Two Italian Guys apart from many other places in the area is that they're open late, very late. So if you're craving some great Italian food after midnight, you can count on Two Italian Guys to be open and ready to fill your belly with some great food.
We get pretty busy. We call it the late night crowd, which is usually either people that work in factories or calling for their lunch at that time, or also like people that walk out of the bars.
We have varieties of pizzas. We have steak and cheese pizzas. We have veggie pizza, meat lover pizzas. Our strombolis are fabulous. Our strombolis have been going all over the United States. There's a guy that comes up from California just to order 40 strombolis.
So if you're hungry for some great pizza, stromboli, or anything else on their menu, stop by Two Italian Guys or call them for takeout or delivery. Welcome back to Wine, Hops, and Road Stop, shot on location at the Latimer compound. My wonderful wife, Desiree Bonomo, stuck with me forever, as you are. So thanks for joining us on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. We're going to talk about the fall now. It's getting cooler out. The summer is almost over. It's our favorite time. The pumpkin beers are coming out. The vests are coming out. The boots are coming out. Everything. It's pumpkin spice season. Oh, hooray.
Pumpkin everything.
Yeah. And it's also time to have, if you have a fire pit, outside fires, hanging out with the family, doing something really cool.
Yes.
What do you like to do outside by the fire?
I like to make s'mores.
Great. So you compiled a whole list of different kinds of s'mores and awesomeness that goes along with the s'mores that you can do outside in the fall. So take it away.
Well, the evenings are getting cooler, and one of my favorite things to do is light up the fire pit, drink a beer, and make s'mores. And traditionally, s'mores are made with graham crackers, chocolate, and toasted marshmallow.
Yes.
But we've decided to kick them up a few notches and use some untraditional ingredients.
Oh.
So first we have the grasshopper, which is just graham crackers, marshmallows, and instead of regular chocolate, an Andes mint candy.
Ooh.
Which melted nicely, and it was minty and delicious.
Okay. I understand. I don't like mint, but that's okay, unless it's in a drink.
Well, we took that a step further and replaced the graham cracker with a chocolate chip brownie brittle.
Oh, now that sounds nice.
Well, you can buy them in most stores. They come in different variety of flavors, including salted caramel, toffee, and even gluten-free.
Oh, for our gluten-free friends.
Yes, something for everybody. So sticking with the brownie brittle, we then switched out the mint for a peanut butter cup.
Now you're talking.
That was fabulous.
I didn't have any. You did this when I was not around, apparently.
There was a method to my madness. And next we have the sea salt caramel s'more. Now this was super easy. We didn't have caramel candy, so we improvised with caramel syrup, a piece of chocolate, and a sprinkle of sea salt on top. Turning it up one more time, I added coconut and turned it into a Samoa s'more. And it tastes just like the cookie.
Ooh, like what, the Girl Scout cookie?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You can find recipes all over the internet for some pretty decadent treats, including using Kit Kats and Nutter Butter cookies and even candied bacon. But if you'd like to know how to create the s'mores you saw here, check out the Wine, Hops, and Road Stops Facebook page for the recipes we used.
I got something to add to that. What beers would you have with your s'mores? Well, depending on if you want to contrast or if you want to complement. First off, we have a Belgian quadruple. Now, the high levels of residual sugar are more than enough to stand up to the intense sweetness of a s'more. You can have a chocolate stout. This will amplify the sweet flavors. Now, if you want to contrast, try a nice fruit lambic beer. That goes good with any dessert containing chocolate. And last, but of course not least, coffee stout. Coffee works with anything that's a dessert, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, your coffee stout will work great with your s'more. There are the beer styles that I say you should have when you're cooking up your s'mores outside by the campfire.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
When you're cooking up your s'mores, how do you roast your marshmallow?
I don't know. I usually hand it off to you. Usually you like to do it. But I like mine kind of a little flaming, but not too much.
Right. Some people like them lightly toasted, golden brown, and we light our suckers on fire.
Right. So, why don't you guys let us know in the group and on the page how you like your marshmallows done when you're roasting them by the fire. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah, so let us know. And when we come back, we have some beer to taste test. We have a New England style IPA. We have a wonderful porter. And the Battle of the Pumpkin Beers is coming up. Yeah, we got 2 pumpkin beers we're going to try. Comparison, contrast to the pumpkin beers. But first, we're going to hear from an old friend of ours, Piero Zito, and his pizza place, Antonio's Pizza. Here's our quick stop. We'll be right back. Don't go away. This is my friend Piero Zito. He is the owner and operator of Antonio's Pizza in Whitehaven. Now, I've known this guy since we were kids, growing up in Port Easel, and believe me when I tell you, he can make a pizza. It's a family tradition.
Yes, my father opened this up, the late Antonio Zito. He loved the business, friends, and customers, so he came to Whitehaven and opened up a pizza shop here.
Now, Antonio's Pizza is not just pizza, of course. Piero can cook anything and do it well. A wide variety of great Italian cuisine made fresh.
Pizza, strombolis, wings, homemade lasagna that Mama Zito makes. Today there's a large stromboli. I have cheesesteak, sausage hoagie. I made cheesesteak pizza with and without hot peppers, ricotta, tomato, and broccoli, chicken and broccoli. I also have BLT pizza. Our dough's made every day. Grate the cheese and everything else. All my ingredients were handed down by my mother and my father. My father taught me everything, and so did my mother that I know today. So I have a lot of love for the business that my father has taught me, and so has my mother, so I enjoy Antonio's Pizza.
And after a fantastic meal of pizza and cheesesteaks and whatever else you can fit, you gotta save room for desserts.
Oh, they're very beautiful desserts from Bindi and from a few other companies, Bleecker. They're all very good Italian desserts that we have. The glass creations, gelatos, cheesecakes, anything you want. We're located on 501 Main Street in the shopping center in Whitehaven, PA.
Support your local restaurants, do some takeout, and check out Antonio's Pizza in Whitehaven. Tell the Zito family Jeff Bonomo sent you. Welcome back to Wine Hops and Road Stops, shot on location, the Latimer compound, in Latimer with my lovely wife, Desiree Bonomo. Thanks again for sticking with us and coming on the show week after week. You got a little fan club going, you know.
I do.
Yes, you do. People tell me all the time how much they're enjoying what a woman thinks about wine, beer, and good food.
You better watch out.
Why?
I might just take over.
That's all right. I'll quit. That's fine. You can take over the show. It's fine. I'm fine with that.
Nope.
I need a drink. Okay, so in front of us we got 3 beers. It's time to taste some beers. My dear, what do we have in front of us?
We have Breckenridge Vanilla Porter.
Yes.
We have Wicked Weed Coastal Love Hazy IPA.
Yes. And the last one we have is, I don't remember, Storm Ale. I can just grab it. Look. Storm Amber Ale by whom?
Newport Craft Brewing.
All right. So, you know what? Let's start with the Amber Ale. That seems to me like that's probably going to be the lightest. So, okay, now you instructed me how to open this because last episode I had a little problem with this. So I'll do this, push down, and pop it open. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
I had a little practice.
This opener has a little ostrich on it because the band I play for is called Ostrich Hat. If anyone didn't know, they know now. See, the ostrich guy. Our daughter Kendra got it for me for Father's Day. Okay. Let's get a glass up here, and let's try this bad boy out. This is Amber Ale, Storm Amber Ale. All right. That pours pretty nice. Okay, well, no, there's not much nose to it. I don't know. Let's try it out. Yeah, it's not bad. The ABV is 5.2. There's a little bit of spice taste to it. I could taste. That's the Tetanag hops. It's a mouthful. That's where we're getting that spice from. This goes down really, really smooth though. And there's a little bit of bitterness that's coming from the Magnum hops. Overall though, it's not a hoppy beer. It's a it's like a middle of the road amber ale, which is great. Easy drinking. What do you think?
I like it.
That's all you need to know. She says she likes it. So girls, this is good for you because it's not too bitter. It's not too hoppy. There is a little bit of hop to it, a little bit of hop character, which is nice for me. You know, because I'm a hophead. I like a lot of hops. It's not bad. It's a pretty solid beer. So much so that it's a gonorrhea.
That's right.
So let's move on to Coastal Love. Crack this open. Now this one's by Wicked Weed, and they are a really, really good brewery. I talked to the one guy from Wicked Weed a couple years ago at the Rotary Beer Festival. He was pretty cool. And Pernicious is the one that you probably know. I think we talked about Pernicious on the show before. That is a big one by Wicked Weed. But this one, their Hazy IPA, 6.3 ABV. What I like about this, other than the taste, is the proceeds actually go to benefit the Foundation for the Carolinas and hurricane relief efforts. So you're helping out as you're drinking a good beer. All right, this has a really big nose on it. What are you smelling on this?
I smell pineapple.
Now, the IBU in this beer is supposed to be 0. Now, I taste a little bit of bitterness, but not too much, so we'll just say it's 0. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what IBU means.
What does IBU mean?
I'm glad that you asked. I'm glad that you at home asked, too. IBU means International Bitterness Units. That is the scale to measure bitterness of a beer. And most IPAs, they rank 60 and above, usually, even more sometimes. You go up into the hundreds. Thousands or whatever. It's crazy. But this one is supposed to have 0. It is a nice, really nice beer. Pineapple, citrusy kind of taste to it. It's a great New England style beer.
Yeah, there's still a couple good pool days left. This is a good pool beer.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Moving right along to something that's not a pool beer, I don't think. But an excellent beer by itself here. Breckenridge Brewery's Vanilla Porter. Yeah, you can see it actually gets darker as we're letting it sit. Here you go, dear. Now, ooh, that's a nice strong smell. Now the flavor, you got a real nice upfront malty flavor to it. It's not that big of a beer. It's 5.4 ABV. I'm tasting malt, cocoa, vanilla, and again, no bitterness. It's another thing, you know. Porters usually aren't bitter. Sometimes they can be hopped a little bit, but that's a dessert beer right there. That's fantastic. I don't care any time of the year. That's great. That's a good beer.
Is this the beer that my best friend Maureen loves?
Maureen Summerdack loves this stuff right there. So there's a shout out to Maureen and Joe. Happy anniversary, guys. It was their anniversary yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Now, by the time you see the show, it'll be a couple days later, but still.
They're such a cute couple.
Yeah, happy anniversary, guys. We're drinking vanilla. I'm going to have some more. I'm going to drink some vanilla porter for you. So there you go. These are the beers for the show. Right there. But we do have 2 more beers coming up next segment. What do we got?
We have pumpkin beer.
The Battle of the Pumpkin Beers. We got a Sam Adams pumpkin beer, and we have a Dogfish pumpkin beer. We're going to see, since those 2 companies have merged, we're going to see if The beers are even different than each other. Who knows? We're going to see which one's better. We're going to see which one we like. We're going to compare and contrast.
That's right.
But first, we're going to talk about hibachi and sushi on the quick stop. We're going to Oleron Hibachi in Bloomsburg. So don't go away. We'll be right back with more wine, hops, and road stops after this quick stop. I am joined right now with Mike Heiser. Mike, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. Good to see you again. Now, we're going to talk about Oleron, your hibachi restaurant in Bloomsburg. What can you tell me about an hibachi restaurant if I've never been to one?
The small groups are fine, but if you have large groups, that's where you shine. And what they do is they prepare the cuisine in front of you. Steak, chicken, shrimp, whatever you like. The hibachi chefs put a little show on. They do their flair. They're flipping eggs around and squirting sake. They put a little show on for everybody. It's exciting. It makes everybody laugh. It brings everybody together. Everybody has a good time.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I like hibachi restaurants is because the chef puts on a show. Not only cooks the food in front of you, he puts on a little show. Right.
You're not just there for the meal itself. You're there for the entertainment, the show. It's definitely a family fun experience for everybody.
So tell me a little bit about the menu. What is on the menu at a hibachi restaurant?
For the hibachi side, we offer filet, regular steak, you have lobster, shrimp, scallops, chicken. That would be our meat offering. And as far as seafood, we have it all. Everything with sushi and any kind of fish you can imagine, we carry, and then some. And we have an assortment of specialty rolls. Every roll's different. Some of them are deep fried. Some of them, we have steak on top of some of them. We have a huge variety of rolls. As far as safety precautions, we make sure everybody has their gloves on, everybody's wearing a mask until they're seated. Since we took over August 1st, that place has been gutted and completely deep cleaned from the bottom through the top. We're taking all precautions, everything that we're asked to do. We follow the guidelines, we're doing it.
That was Oleron Japanese Hibachi Steakhouse in Bloomsburg. Welcome back to the last segment of Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. My lovely co-host and wife, Desiree Benalmo, is here to showcase two awesome pumpkin beers. What do we got in front of us?
Well, first we have the Dogfish Pumpkin, which we tried on the last show.
That's right.
And we're going to try to compare it to the Samuel Adams Jacko Pumpkin.
All right, I'm pretty excited about this because these two companies merged, I think, last year or the year before, somewhere around there. So when this came out, I think this is pretty new, the Sam Adams one. I'm thinking, I wonder if there's any difference between them. Who knows? Well, you know what? We're going to try. Let's try this one first.
We're going to get the truth.
Let's try Dogfish Head. Okay. Okay, and let's help crack this bad boy open.
You're getting to be quite the expert on opening those
Yeah,
bottles.
right. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at what I did. Yeah.
You want me to do it?
No.
Let me do it.
I'm pulling off my teeth.
Only my brother Dominic pulls bottle caps off with his teeth.
Yeah, and he eats restaurant receipts too, or something like that, doesn't he?
Receipts and paper placemats.
Oh, Dom.
Don't ask.
Okay. This is the Jacko. This is the Dogfish Head.
I don't know. They're pretty close in color.
Yeah, they look really close in color. Well, I'm going to try the Dogfish first.
I just love this beer.
It is a great beer. There's a lot more pumpkin to this, like we said last time. A lot more pumpkin to this one. A lot less spice than there was last year. Last year, there was a lot more spice to it and less pumpkin-y taste.
It's a good blend of both this year. It's very good.
Okay, so that's the Dogfish. Okay, now, this is the Jacko.
Doesn't smell the same.
No. What do you think?
It's good. It's different though.
Yeah, it's different. It's not the same beer. I mean, it smells similar in taste because they're both pumpkin beers, but
this has even less of that spiciness to it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's good. Sam Adams did a good thing, so I don't know. Which one do you think you like better?
I really like this Sam Adams.
4.4 ABV, so it's a smaller beer than the Dogfish Pumpkin, which I believe is 7%. So it's almost like half the ABV. The Jacko actually has more, it's a little bit thicker, has more pumpkin-y taste to it, so a little less ABV. So
Good job.
yeah, to both of them really, yeah. Now, before we go, we got to answer a question from the viewer mail bag, and that is about brown ales. What exactly is a brown ale, and what makes brown ale different than the other ales? So before we go, we're going to answer that question right now. Brown ales were initially crafted in the 18th century and were lightly hopped and brewed from 100% brown malt. And visibly, brown ales are just that. They're brown. Now, these beers feature a roasted malt smell. Of course, the American browns will be a little bit more hoppy since we tend to add more hops to our beers than the English do. Flavor profiles are usually malty with a little caramel color and nuttiness. They're also not very thick, and the ABVs are usually around 4 to 6%. So it's like your average beer. It's easy to drink. It's not too thick. It's not too heavy. Two great examples of brown ales, as far as I'm concerned: Sam Smith's Nut Brown Ale and Bell's Best Brown Ale. And that is all the time we have on this episode of Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. I hope you learned something. I hope you're going to make some s'mores soon. And I hope you're going to drink some pumpkin ale because fall is coming. Until then, life is too short to drink bad beer. So drink a good beer and drink it with someone you love.